Hey guys, welcome to Mogat Farms. Today we are going to show you an update of our greenhouse. It looks a little different from the last time you've seen it. We have a big old water tank. This is a 1,000-gallon water tank. Actually, I think my husband got it from a dairy that we use. We have a pump over in this corner. There is a cement water holder, water trough that our spring goes into. And we have a little gas pump that we use to pump and to fill our big old tank. Now, there's a gate. We have this big old fence around it because since we put up the greenhouse, we also tilled the little side yard and we planted a bunch of rows of corn, but without this fencing around it, the sheep were getting in here. They were walking all through it. They were walking through it. They started picking up the sprouts. So Kevin pounded in some T-posts and we have this no-climb fencing. I think it's no-climb. That he put completely surrounding it. So this is still a work in progress. I am still planting things daily. So it's still a hot mess, but I did want to show you guys a little bit of an update of what we've got going so far. So we are in my greenhouse. Do you see how pretty it is? It's a hot mess, but we have plans. Actually, yesterday, it's July 3rd, right? So yesterday was the first day that we actually harvested something out of it. Again, we were delayed in planting, but we got our first 2 radishes out of here. So you take a look. We have sweet potatoes. We have cucumbers. We have tomato plants. But what's funny is that this plant was planted the same time, this tomato was planted the same time as this tomato. So some of them, and this one was planted the same time as this one, which was planted the same time as that one. So some of the plants definitely are not as happy, I guess, as others. Same thing with our cucumbers along the back. So like these 3 guys are very happy. And then I have 2 little guys right there and 2 over there that are just a little slow to grow. But what I've actually ended up starting doing is, some plants either didn't take off or they died because they went from being in my house, which is a very controlled environment, to, we put up the greenhouse and, it was sunny and 80 and hot and humid. And it was almost like a little bit of a shock for them after I transplanted them in here. So some of them didn't make it. So what I've been doing is I'll come down here and I will assess which plants are doing well, which plants haven't been doing well, what space is left. So we started planting onions, right? So they were, again, late to go in the ground. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 buckets that have onions in them. But to me, we go through so many onions and it wasn't enough. So what I ended up starting doing is I will come in here and I started to assess, right? Like this guy doesn't have anything in it. And all of these planter guys all had peppers. Like this is my last little survivor. This is a pepper, but they all kind of died. This was actually a pepper plant. I think the pepper plants actually may still be down there, but we had a volunteer tomato plant come up. So obviously I had all of these guys, so I planted onions in them. The sweet potatoes were late to go in, so it's like whatever didn't quite make it got a sweet potato plant, got this was a volunteer. I don't even know what this is. but it's growing and it's growing big. We got, these are our radishes. You can see the tops of some of the guys, like there's the top of one. Carrots, we got squash. Look, there's a baby. The zucchini actually were started in my house. So I started them way before we put up the greenhouse, and the squash I direct sowed into these pots. The squash are doing better than the zucchini are, and the zucchini were planted first. So I mean, it's kind of interesting. We're still playing a lot by ear. We have some beans coming up, or yeah, beans, pole beans, lima beans, beans. Again, this little guy and this little guy were planted the same stinking time. And I want to say that they're either broccoli, cauliflower, or cabbage. I don't know. Of course, this year I did not label anything. I didn't label anything. But so again, just an update that, you know, we are planting. The greenhouse is doing pretty good. And actually, while I've been down here, the kids will come down here and I'd be planting in here. And the kids are like, Mommy, I want to plant something. So I gave them a massive bag of watermelon seeds. And I said, go out there and just go plant them. Wherever you want to plant them, go plant them. Pause. This guy is amazing. It has all of my lettuces. So we got romaine, we got a thing of kale, we have some, these are actually microgreens. They volunteered to come up. Spinach, sorrel, and iceberg. So we'll have some greens too. And we have, like, on that back row is a bunch of herbs and stuff. You got your parsley, your mint, your dill. So yeah, we got a little bit of everything. It's definitely been a learning curve, and like I said, it's still a work in progress. We still have to put the slats in the roof and tie up string so that way we could, like, trellis our cucumbers, tie on for our tomato plants. But going back, because I just had a squirrel moment, I gave the kids a bag of watermelon seeds and they were planting. Now the seeds were old, right? They were a couple of years old, so we didn't know if they were going to come up or not. Well, come to find out, we have little volunteers coming up everywhere. So that's well, not necessarily a volunteer, but plants that the kids planted that are just coming up. There's one over in that dirt pile over there, along the bank of the itty bitty little pond we got. So I mean, it's been fun. I've been having a good time, and this is actually our patch, our corn patch. The soil was so nice when we tilled it up and everything for putting up the greenhouse, that we figured this is nice and flat. It would be a great place to do the corn. Again, we're very late, but it is coming up, and if we have a mild fall, we should get a good crop. So we shall see. Yeah, so that's our little update on our greenhouse. If you guys would like to see more of what we've got going on the farm, we did just bring home a Jersey cow, so you know, fun. If you guys want to see more, hit that subscribe button. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up. If you have any recommendations for what I could do with the garden, or suggestions of what plants I could continue to plant all year round, like I know the carrots and the radishes, they come up real quick, so I could continue to plant them throughout the year along with the greens. But if there's anything else that you recommend I plant, or for next year, leave a comment down below. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, God bless.